All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday. We made it to September 20th. It's 8:15 in the morning, and I just got back from an excellent motorcycle ride. And I went and had some coffee at Starbucks and just relaxed outside. It was so nice. And then on the way back, man, just the wheels in the mind kept turning, you know. And I was just thinking to myself, that I just picture in my mind, if everybody on this planet was a candle, right? A lit candle, and one went out. If you had an instrument that was sensitive enough, it would detect that difference, right? It would detect that there was less of a light. Might not be something you could see visually, but it could be detected if an instrument were sensitive enough, and the imagery, that was going through my mind was this, it's just that, every one of us matter. We're so important. Everyone that's alive on this planet today, your place here is not insignificant. And I know that a lot of people don't believe that, but it's true. But as long as we believe that we're not significant or that we don't matter, then we don't. And so we have to change that perception. How do you do that, right? How can you convince yourself that you're more than you think you are? That's a tall order sometimes, isn't it, right, Mel? Because we look at the things that we have done or experienced in our life, and it's so tempting sometimes, to say, well, I'm nobody, and I'm a disaster, and maybe even I'm mean, or I'm nasty, I'm cantankerous, I'm angry, whatever. And, I guess you are until you're not. It's up to you. You can change that around. And change is something that we know happens and is happening and has been happening, right, for a long, long time. But change is sometimes slow, it's slow. Progress is slow, and sometimes it's so slow, you might not think that it's happening. But let me just tell you something, man. When I was a kid, right, I was born in 1966. And if you can believe it, at that time, there was still remnants of segregation. Imagine, like water fountains where only people of a certain color could drink from, and bathrooms that you could only use if you were a certain color. And you could only sit in, certain places on a bus, or you could only go to certain schools. And this, the idea or notion that you would do something different than that was just like, and even people who knew that that was horseshit were scared, because the prevailing wisdom is that, this is what's necessary. This is the way things are. And it's just so crazy, right, that you could believe that in the span of a single lifetime, you could move from a time period like that to where we are today, which has so much improvement. It's not like that anymore. It doesn't mean that there aren't problems, that exist in the world, but it's not like it was. And then when I was a little bit older, in the 70s, we started seeing programs on loving who you want, and there was, you start talking about same-sex love and marriages and things like that. And that was another, fork in the road where people are just like, what? That's heresy. That's an abomination. That's this, that's that. And a long transition, to where we're at today. It's better. It's better today. It's a lot better, right? It's not what it was. Still changing, still moving towards a better place. And, it doesn't matter if it's a friendship. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship. This choice that you have, where you want to be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. It doesn't matter what color they are to you, or what sex they are, or even how old they are. And if you're thinking about relationships, and you're just like, I am attracted to, I'm a man, but I'm attracted to another man. I'm a woman, I'm attracted to another woman. I'm a man, but I'm attracted to a woman. I'm a woman, I'm attracted to a man. Or you got all of these conditions that have been put in place. You can only be friends or love somebody that fits a certain description. What is their sex? What is their color? What is their age? And you say, well, if those things don't match up, then it's not right. And you know, the change that we're going through is that what's happening is that we're realizing, right? We're realizing that our love, whether it be a friendship or relationship, it's not this. It's not this. It's not my biceps. It's not my rippling, bulging chest. It's not those things. Love is soul deep. It's a soul tie, a bond, a relationship, a link, a connection between us. That's the love. It's not the container. If it is the container that you're in love with, you're in for a real shock at some point, because that shit gets old and it's not gonna do for you what it did before. There better be something more than just the container that you're after. It's got to be soul tie, soul deep. Yeah, you know this is true. But the change that we've been seeing is painful, isn't it? It's so painful, the world. Moving through these changes. And the anger that it stirs up in some people when they see love between people that doesn't look right to them. And why does it stir that anger up inside? To see a man with a man? Why? What does it stir inside somebody when they see a younger man with an older woman? And you're like, these people that's not love. What's going on over there? I recognize that we're moving to a better place in history, but I just want to say, we can speed this process up, you guys. It doesn't have to take so long. We are collectively awakening. There's no question about it, but that process can be long, or we can drag it out as long as it takes. But if you want to shorten this period, it's like, just give yourself over to love, man. Get out of your own way and get out of other people's way. Let them love who they want to love. Be happy that they are feeling something inside that is not hate and anger. Whether they love another man or another woman, or someone that's 30 years their senior or junior, what does it matter to you? Be happy that love is in the air, because it's love that's going to change the world for the better. Not your anger, not your resentment, not your... Do you know what I'm saying? I encourage all of us, please, as we move forward in this world, to discover true love. True love is soul level. Take the container out of it. Take that equation out of it. It's not the most important thing. For the world to look the way we want, you want peace in the world, there must be peace within ourselves. You know, when we put labels and pressure on people to have certain friends and not have other friends, to love this person but not that person, that's wrong. When you put that kind of pressure on somebody, when you force them to live your life, you're harming that person. That person is closing off. They're forced to wear a mask. They're forced to be something that they're not. And it's damaging to them. And therefore it is damaging to the world because of the energy that person is putting out. You guys, love is expansive. It's not contracting. It's not withholding. Love is expansive. And never and ever should we feel comfortable with telling somebody else who they can or cannot love. It's wrong. It's wrong for you to do that, and it's not good for you, and it's wrong for the other person because they're not able to live the life that they were born to live. No, you don't want somebody taking your choices away from you. Don't take them away from somebody else. It's so important. I have family members that defy traditional arrangements when it comes to love. And I just can't even imagine withholding my appreciation or my love just simply because of the person that they choose to love. That just is so crazy. And we trick ourselves into believing that it's godly to hold people at bay, to tell them who to love and who not to love, when the power of God is love. And that power is coursing through the veins of people in all kinds of ways. And we want to take and dress down somebody that is experiencing and has the courage to express their love that they are getting from the divine. That's not right. And I challenge you to try to make sense of that if that's something that you're doing. Because you're not helping anybody by doing that. I am not saying that you're a bad person, but you need to think about what you might be doing and the repercussions and the kind of energy that you're putting out into this world. We want this world to be a better place, and it is going to be a better place, but we're trying to move it along faster because we don't want, right, the tsunami behind us. We know there's going to be a tsunami. It's a rough ride, but the collateral damage can be less. And that's why I'm here, just doing my part. And I'm just doing my part. I'm just doing my part. I'm just doing what I feel like is right to stand up for true love in whatever form it takes. If you're not hurting somebody, if you're not stepping on somebody's rights, if you're not manipulating somebody, I'll stand with you. I'll stand with you. I stand for true love. That's it, plain and simple. Freedom. Freedom of expression, like I'm doing right now. I want the world to be a better place, and instead of just sitting back and saying that I'm doing my part, I'm doing what I feel like is right, and it feels good. And by the way, That's our collective mission. We all have a collective mission, is to work together, to partner together to bring in a better world, which is what we're doing. We are. And if you're here watching this video and you've made it this far, you're part of that mission work. The power of God, of the power of the universe, the power of source, whatever label you give that power, that expression to, is moving in each of us. It's trying to get in there. It's trying to work its way into your heart, your mind, your soul, to open it up, to crack it open, to bring about this awakening, so that we can look at each other and allow ourselves to love one another without restrictions. It's challenging, it's hard, right? But I think we can do it. And I'm proud to do it with the ones that are here. And what this mission work will grow into over the years is going to be pretty interesting to see as we work together to make the world a better place. I love you, and I can't wait until we have our next talk. Take care. Bye.